Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into English sentences that are super handy when you're traveling.
Exactly. Whether you're catching a flight, hopping into a taxi, or finding your hotel, knowing the right phrases can really save you.
Let's start with the airport. Imagine you've just landed and you need to find your luggage.
You could simply ask, "Where is baggage claim?" Or maybe, "Where do I pick up my luggage?" Both are clear and polite.
Right. And if you're not sure where to go, you might say, "Excuse me, which way to baggage claim?" It sounds natural and people are usually happy to help.
Definitely. Sometimes airports are huge and you don't want to waste time wandering around.
Speaking of getting around, let's talk taxis. When you get into a cab, what's the first thing you'd say?
Easy. Can you take me to place? Like, can you take me to the downtown hotel? Simple and direct.
And if you're curious about the cost before you hop in, you could ask, "How much is the fare to place?" That way there are no surprises.
Good idea. Another tip, if you're worried about pronunciation, just show the driver the address on your phone and say, "This is the address. Can you take me there?"
I've done that so many times, especially when I'm jet lagged and can't even say my own name properly.
We've all been there. Now, when you're getting out of the taxi, you could ask, "How much do I owe you?" to double check the fare.
Exactly. And don't forget a polite thank you when you leave. A little kindness goes a long way.
All right, let's have a quick role play to put this into action. I'll be the taxi driver. You're the traveler.
All right, sounds fun.
Where to, sir?
Can you take me to the city museum, please?
Sure thing. It'll be $18.
Here's $20. Keep the change.
Thank you. Enjoy your visit.
Thanks a lot.
See, super easy. Using a few simple phrases makes the whole experience smoother.
And way less stressful. Nobody wants to be stressed when they're exploring a new place.
Exactly. So, next time you travel, remember these phrases and you'll feel much more confident.
Today, we're diving into some key English phrases for eating out at restaurants. Always useful when traveling?
Absolutely. One of the first things you might say is, "Table for two, please." Simple, polite, and clear.
Right. And once you sit down, if you need a little time, you could politely ask, "Can I have a few more minutes to decide?"
Exactly. And when you're ready, just say, "I'd like to order, please." It keeps the conversation smooth and friendly.
You know, menus can sometimes be tricky. If you're unsure, it's smart to ask, "What do you recommend?"
Oh, for sure. And if there's something you don't recognize, you can say, "What's in this dish?" Better to ask than to get a surprise you didn't want.
Definitely. And let's not forget, a simple thank you. When the food arrives, really goes a long way.
Speaking of restaurants, how about a quick role play to practice?
Good idea. I'll be the customer. Here we go. "Hi, table for two, please."
Of course, right this way.
"Thank you."
Here's the menu. Would you like something to drink to start?
"Just water for now, thanks." "What do you recommend for lunch?"
Our grilled chicken pasta is very popular.
"Sounds good. I'll have that."
Great choice. I'll bring it out shortly.
That was a fun example. Asking for a recommendation really takes the pressure off when you can't decide.
And it makes you sound much more natural when ordering. Now, moving on. What about checking out of a hotel?
Good point. When you're ready to leave, you simply say, "I'd like to check out, please."
And don't forget to ask, "What's the total amount?" That way there are no surprises.
Also, if you need help with your luggage, you can say, "Can you help me with my luggage?"
Very useful. And if you need a ride, phrases like, "Can I get a taxi to the airport?" come in handy.
Absolutely. Plus, it's always nice to say, "Thank you for your hospitality" before you leave.
Let's role play again. I'll be the receptionist this time.
Perfect. Hi, I'd like to check out, please.
Of course, your total is 120.
Here's 130.
Thank you. Here's your change. Can I help you with anything else?
Could you call a taxi for me, please?
Sure. Safe travels.
See, just a few simple phrases, and the whole process feels easy and polite.
Definitely. Now let's talk about asking for directions because getting lost is practically part of traveling.
True. If you're lost, a polite way to ask is, how do I get to place?
Or if you want to be extra polite, could you please tell me how to get to place?
And if you're in a hurry, which way to place keeps it short and sweet.
Plus, if you're worried it's too far, you can ask, is it far from here?
Let's jump into a quick role play again.
Ready? I'm a friendly local.
Hi, can you please tell me how to get to the subway station?
Sure. Go straight, then turn left at the second light. You'll see it on your right.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Safe travels.
Asking directions politely can really make people more willing to help you.
Exactly. Plus, it shows respect for the locals, which always makes a better impression.
Speaking of getting around, public transport can be confusing too. You might need to ask, is this the bus to place?
Or, can you let me know when we reach place? If you're unsure where to get off.
Also, checking the schedule is easy with, what time does the next bus leave?
Great points. Quick role play again?
Sure. I'm a passenger on a bus.
Hi there, where are you headed?
Is this the bus to the museum?
Yes, you'll get there in about 20 minutes.
Thanks.
Clear and simple. Now, let's touch on exploring a new city.
Definitely. You might ask, what are the top things to do in this city?
Or, is there a guided tour available? If you want a local to show you around.
Plus, you can ask, where is the nearest museum? If you're looking for something specific.
And to plan better, what time does the museum open? Is always a good one.
Let's roleplay one more time.
I'm a tourist info officer.
Hi, what are the top things to do here?
I'd recommend visiting the art museum, the botanical garden, and the old town square.
Sounds great. Are there guided tours?
Yes, every day at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Easy. Asking a few questions can really help you make the most of your visit.
Exactly. And speaking of making the most of it, shopping can be a big part of travel too.
Right? In markets, you'll often ask, how much is this?
And if the price is high, do you have anything cheaper? Is a good option.
If you're looking for something specific, do you have item? Makes it easy.
And if sizes matter, do you have this in a larger size? Is the phrase you'll need.
Let's do a quick market roleplay.
I'm a vendor.
Hi, how much is this bracelet?
$30.
That's a bit expensive. Can you give me a discount?
Okay, $25 for you.
Deal, thanks.
Bargaining done right. Always polite but firm.
Exactly. Last but not least, emergencies. Something we hope you never face, but it's good to be prepared.
Definitely. If you're in trouble, just say, I need help, loud and clear.
If it's a medical emergency, I need a doctor, is critical.
And for serious danger, call the police, is direct and urgent.
Also, if you lose something, you can say, I've lost my item. Have you seen it?
Quick role play to wrap up.
Sure, I'm someone who lost their phone.
Hi, you look worried. Can I help?
I've lost my phone. Have you seen it?
I'm sorry, I haven't, but you should check with the lost and found.
Thanks so much for your help.
Always good to stay calm and ask for help clearly.
Whether you're checking into a hotel or grabbing a bite to eat, knowing what to say is key. Let's get started.
Right. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you need extra services at a hotel, a polite request can go a long way. A simple phrase like, "Could I have an extra towel, please?" works wonders, right?
Absolutely. It's all about clarity and politeness. And if your room isn't ready, instead of waiting aimlessly, just to ask, "When will my room be ready?" Simple and to the point.
Speaking of asking for services, what if you need more toiletries like soap or shampoo? "Could I have more toiletries?" will do the trick.
And if you're exploring a new city and want to know where to go, "Can you recommend some places to visit nearby?" is a great way to get tips from locals. So always be ready to ask for help when you're not sure.
Exactly. And let's not forget the basics. What time does breakfast start? Is a must ask if you're staying at a hotel. You don't want to miss it.
Roleplay at the hotel.
Let's do a quick role play. I'm the receptionist and you need an extra towel. Ready?
Let's do it.
Good morning. How can I assist you today?
Hi, could I have an extra towel, please?
Sure. I'll send one up to your room right away.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Let me know if you need anything else.
Will do, thanks.
And that's how you politely ask for something extra at the hotel. It's really all about being clear and courteous.
Unexpected situations?
Moving on, let's talk about handling those unexpected travel situations, like missing a train or feeling lost.
Right? If you miss your train, you can simply ask, "I missed my train. What's the next one?" No need to stress. Just ask for the next option.
Or if you're lost in a new place, it's totally fine to ask, "I'm not sure where I am. Can you help me?" Everyone has been there, and people are usually happy to assist.
And for more specific directions, "Is this the right place for check-in?" We'll make sure you're at the right spot.
Roleplay missing the train.
Let's roleplay missing your train. I'm the station staff. Here we go.
All right, here it goes.
Hi, how can I help you today?
Hi, I missed my train. What's the next one?
The next train to destination leaves in 30 minutes. Minutes.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
See, simple and easy. Asking the right questions makes everything smoother.
Dining out, handling meals.
Now let's talk about dining out. What if your food isn't what you expected? Or you want to change?
If the food isn't right, just ask, "This isn't what I ordered. Could you please fix it?" That's a polite way to ask for a correction.
Or if it's too cold, you can say, "My food is cold. Could you warm it up?"
And if it's too salty or spicy, you can ask, "This is too salty spicy for me. Can I get something milder?"
That's right. And don't forget, you can always give compliments too. A simple, "The food is great, thank you," goes a long way.
Roleplay, complaining about food.
Let's role play. I'll be the waiter and you're unhappy with your food. Ready?
Let's do it.
Hello, how is everything?
Actually, my food is too salty. Could you please make it milder?
I'm so sorry about that. I'll have the chef make a new dish for you right away.
Thank you for your understanding.
Of course. Thank you for your patience.
And that's how you politely handle a meal issue. It's all about being clear but respectful.
Review of useful phrases.
Let's quickly recap some key phrases that can really help during your travels.
If you're at a restaurant, don't forget to say, "Table for number, please." When you're ready to order, you can say, "I'd like to order, please."
And if you're unsure about what to order, ask, "What do you recommend?"
At the hotel, "I'd like to check out, please," is essential when you're ready to leave.
And for public transportation, ask, "What time does the next bus train leave?" to stay on schedule.
Closing thoughts.
So there you have it. These phrases will help you navigate hotel stays, restaurants, and even unexpected situations with ease.
Exactly. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel in real-life situations.
Keep practicing these phrases, and your travels will be even smoother.
Today we're diving into something super practical. How to handle all those little travel situations. From the airport to sightseeing. Ever had that panic moment of not finding the check-in counter?
Oh, definitely. Especially in big airports where the signage is confusing. Pro tip: it's often near the entrance, and if in doubt, follow the crowd dragging suitcases.
Smart. And speaking of airports, how obsessed are you with getting a window seat?
Honestly, it's the best free upgrade ever. I always ask politely at check-in. A tiny view of clouds makes a long flight so much better.
Absolutely. Though once I got a window seat with no actual window, just wall.
Worst betrayal ever. And don't get me started on baggage allowance drama. Do you double check before packing?
Always. I learned the hard way. Once had to pay a crazy extra fee for a 2-kilo overweight bag. Now I weigh everything at home first.
Same here. I even travel with a tiny luggage scale. Saves so much hassle.
Moving past the airport, what's your transportation strategy when you land? Taxi, bus, or metro?
Depends. If it's a short trip, taxis save time. But honestly, hopping on a metro feels more local and adventurous.
Yeah, and cheaper too. Plus, that there's something cool about figuring out a new city's metro system. It's like a mini puzzle.
Totally. Though I still remember taking the wrong train in Tokyo and ending up nowhere near my hotel.
Been there, always good to ask for help. Locals are usually super nice, even with language barriers.
Speaking of hotels, are you a plan everything in advance kind of traveler?
Half and half. I usually book the first night's hotel, but leave room for flexibility. It feels more like a real adventure.
Love that. And asking for a wake-up call? Lifesaver when you've got an early tour and your phone dies overnight.
Seriously. Also, nothing beats a hotel breakfast buffet after a long flight. It's like finding treasure.
Especially when it's included. I once stayed at a place that charged extra for coffee. Felt like a betrayal.
That should be illegal. Now, when it comes to sightseeing, are you a guided tour fan or more of a wanderer?
Mostly wanderer. But sometimes a guided tour can give you cool insider info you'd never find otherwise.
Agreed. Like those free walking tours where the guides tell hilarious local legends. It's like learning history through gossip.
Exactly. And you get great tips about the best local food spots too.
Oh, food. Major travel highlight. I always ask what the local specialty is. It's like getting a taste of the culture.
Yeah, I learned to love street food thanks to that. Just follow the longest line. You know it's good.
Always trust the line. And quick tip, carry hand sanitizer. Street food is awesome, but better safe than sorry.
Absolutely. Speaking of staying safe, ever had a mini emergency abroad?
Lost my passport once. Nightmare. Pro tip, always keep a copy in your email and a hard copy separate from the original.
Genius. And knowing where the nearest hospital or embassy is. Not the fun part of planning, but so important.
Yep. It's like packing an umbrella. You hope you won't need it. But if you do, you're the smartest person alive.
Couldn't agree more. And lastly, what's your number one advice for someone nervous about traveling?
Expect things to go wrong at least once. But that's part of the story you'll laugh about later.
Perfectly said. Travel isn't about perfection. It's about the adventure, the unexpected turns, and the amazing memories.
Exactly. So next time you're standing at the wrong boarding gate or eating mystery street food, just remember, you're winning at life.
Couldn't have wrapped it up better myself. Happy travels, everyone!
Welcome to Learn English with JoinUp. We're so happy to have you with us today. I'm John, and I'm here with my awesome co-host Sarah. Say hi, Sarah.
Hi, everyone! I'm Sarah, and I'm super excited about today's topic. If you love traveling or dream of traveling, today's episode is perfect for you. We're going to talk about some important travel English words that will help you feel confident on your next adventure.
Exactly. Whether you're at the airport, in a taxi, or arriving at your hotel, knowing the right words makes a big difference. So let's get started.
All right, John. Let's start with the first word. Passport. A passport is a small book or card that has your photo and personal information. You need it when you travel to another country. Without your passport, you can't leave your country, and you can't enter another country. It's one of the most important travel items.
Exactly. Your passport is your travel ID. It proves who you are and helps you enter and exit different countries. You will need your passport at customs when you arrive at the airport and when you leave the country. Example, I showed my passport at the airport check-in.
Right. And it's important to keep your passport safe, like in a secure pocket or your bag, so it doesn't get lost. Losing your passport can make traveling really difficult.
Next up, we have luggage. Luggage is the term we use for the bags and suitcases you carry with you when you travel. It's what holds all your clothes, shoes, toiletries, and other personal items.
Yes, luggage comes in different sizes. Carry-on luggage is the small bag you can bring onto the airplane with you. Checked luggage is the big suitcase that you check at the airport, and it goes in the airplane's cargo hold. Example: my luggage was so heavy, but I was excited for the trip.
And it's always a good idea to pack light. The less luggage you carry, the easier it is to move around. Carrying too many bags can be stressful, especially at the airport.
Now let's talk about the boarding pass. A boarding pass is a document you get when you check in for your flight. It contains important information like your flight number, seat number, and boarding gate. You need this document to enter the airplane.
Yes, it's like your ticket to get on the plane. You'll need to show your boarding pass before you can get on your flight, so it's very important to keep it in a safe place. Example: I showed my boarding pass to the flight attendant before getting on the plane.
And don't forget, your boarding pass usually has a gate number too. That's where you go to wait for your flight. Make sure to check the information carefully to avoid confusion at the airport.
Let's move on to the next word. Hotel. A hotel is a place where you stay when you're traveling. It's like a temporary home. You can find hotels in most cities. And they range from simple ones to very luxurious ones.
Exactly. Some hotels are very big and fancy, with pools, restaurants, and gyms. Others are smaller and simpler. But no matter what, a hotel is where you rest and relax during your travels. Example: we stayed at a beautiful hotel by the beach.
When you arrive at your hotel, you'll need to check in. That's when you give the staff your booking details, and they give you a key to your room. Don't forget to ask for the Wi-Fi password too. Many hotels offer free internet.
Okay, let's talk about taxi. A taxi is a car that you can hire to take you from one place to another, like from the airport to your hotel. You pay the driver based on how far you're going.
Yes, taxis are especially helpful when you're in a new city or if you have a lot of luggage. You can easily find a taxi at the airport, or you can call one on the street. Example, we took a taxi from the airport to the hotel.
And in some cities, you can use apps like Uber or Lyft to book a taxi from your phone. It's super convenient.
Next is destination. Your destination is the place you're going to. It's the final stop of your trip, where you'll be spending time exploring or relaxing.
Exactly. When you travel, you need to decide your destination first. Your destination could be a famous city, like Paris, or a beautiful beach. It's the place you're excited to visit. Example, my destination for this trip is Tokyo.
Exactly. Where's your dream destination?
Definitely Greece. All those beautiful islands. What about you?
Japan for me. Culture, food, nature, all in one.
Awesome choices. Let's move on to departure. Departure means when you leave. For example, when your plane takes off, that's the departure. It's also the time you leave your home or hotel to start your journey.
Yes, you'll see the departure times at the airport to know when your flight is leaving. It's very important to be there on time. Example, our flight's departure is at 7 p.m.
And don't forget to check the departure gate number at the airport. Sometimes it can change, so make sure to check the signs or the board.
After departure, we have arrival. Arrival is when you reach your destination. It's when you get off the plane and enter a new city or country.
Exactly. Arrival is when your journey ends and you're ready to explore. When you get to the airport at your destination, you'll go through customs and pick up your luggage. Example, our arrival in New York was a little delayed.
But don't worry, once you arrive, it's a wonderful feeling. You're finally there and ready to start your adventure.
Now, let's talk about the word tourist. A tourist is a person who visits a place for fun or to explore. When you travel to a new city or country, you are a tourist. You're visiting for leisure, not work.
Yes, tourists usually visit famous landmarks, go sightseeing, and take lots of photos. Being a tourist is fun because you get to learn new things about a place. Example, there were so many tourists at the famous museum.
And don't forget, being a tourist means you get to try new food and meet new people.
Finally, let's talk about a map. A map is a tool that helps you find places like streets, landmarks, or restaurants. You can use a paper map or a digital map on your phone.
Exactly. Maps help you know where you are and how to get to where you want to go. If you're lost, a map is your best friend. Example, I looked at the map to find the nearest bus stop.
And even if you're using a phone app, it's still a map. It helps you understand the area around you.
Awesome job, everyone! Let's quickly review the 10 travel words we learned today. Passport, luggage, boarding pass, hotel, taxi, destination, departure, arrival, tourist, map.
You all did amazing. Remember, practicing these words will help you feel more confident when you travel. Keep practicing, and soon you'll be able to travel like a pro.
And remember, every time you practice, you're getting one step closer to mastering English. So keep learning, keep practicing, and don't be afraid to use these words next time you travel.